Listen, I built a few submarine prototypes in my time. And as you can see here in this dry dock, I've got my sights set on building the biggest submarine this world has ever known. There's just a slight issue. There's a volcano nearby. I need to finish this before it erupts. And the issue is I've only got 120,000 funds available to me. In the area in which my workshop is set up, I no longer have access to. So before we try to escape this volcano, I want to say a big shout out and thank you to Train Valley World for sponsoring today's video. There's a limited time 20% off discount for the game. You can find out more about it and get the game for yourself using the link in the video description below, so make sure to do so. And let's get back into the action. So let me show you how we're gonna get it back. We're gonna do so by setting up a train empire. Now, the local government has said that I can operate in this quadrant right here. And we have access to the town of Birkenhead and Crusoe. Now, at the beginning, you can set up a station on any of the 4 sides, but once you pick one, you're stuck there. Like, I can't now build a station on the other side. So forward planning is important. And what we're gonna need to do at the beginning, well, is quite simple. We need to get paid. Now, if we go through certain lands like this, it's gonna cost more expensive than if we were to just go around it. So a little bit of forward planning goes a long way in this game. That was 16,000 gold just to set up this train route. Now, in the early days, the best way to get paid is with passengers, so we've connected our 2 towns. Now it's time to build a train. Now, a lot of these trains that I've got available to me using the technology tree aren't available till we invent them at a later point in time. So we've got at least 2 to 5 years before the next train's available. So which one's gonna be best for now? Well, I've got a very, very fast one here, but it only has 3 train cars, but that's gonna be fine. Let's load up passengers and unload. We confirm the route, and, well, we just let them go. And then you'll see our little train here getting the passengers as they become available, ship them north, unload, load, and repeat the process. Now, while this is going on, we've got to keep an eye as to what resources we're going to want available. Now, there's also the town of Matala, and they want copper ingots, but copper ingots are in this land over here. If we wanted to gain access to it, well, I need 70,000 gold. That's more than I have. So I guess what we could do is get some victory points here by giving the towns what they need. Birkenhead, for example, wants cows and iron ingots. Ingots are over here, but cows are right here in the land that we do have available. So I can just connect this. Oh, wow, that's expensive. To go through a farm, which I guess makes sense. So if we go around it, we save, well, $20,000. So that's a lot of money. So let's add another train, and this one is going to be... I'm thinking we go with this one. Look at how many train cars. 6 train cars. Load up the wheat, unload the wheat, that's it. Now we're down to 25,000 gold, but you'll notice, well, let's speed up time a little bit once we get here. 2,000, 2,000, so for each passenger we deliver, it's 2,000 gold. Now over here, for each wheat we deliver, which was 0 because they weren't available at the time. Now this train has what? What is this? All 6 train cars are filled with wheat, and if we did this correct, we get 6,000 gold each time that route is completed. Now, there's certain limitations that we have. Obviously, the land that's available to us, the types of trains we have, and also I can only have 10 trains for this entire section of the world that we live in. But we are producing cows now that the farm has wheat. So we should be able to give Birkenhead the cows. And we have the money. So let's go ahead and make a secondary route. Now this is a little bit expensive, but this is kind of my preferred way of doing things. That is a really wonky track, but it's gonna work. So we have 7 cows available. This one needs 25. We're gonna set up a new train. Now I think this one doesn't need to have 6 train cars. It just needs to be fast. And this one seems to be pretty fast. This train is sending passengers, so we do have certain specialists that we can assign to them. And there's one that I've got my mind on, which is increases passenger transfer income by 40%. Indeed, we gonna make some serious coin. So now that that's in play, we go from 1,000 gold to, it looks like 2,800 gold per passenger delivered? Hot dang, that's really good. So Birkenhead is getting the cows that it wants. So I'm thinking, since it wants steel ingots, and well, steel ingots are down here, we're gonna need to start saving up a lot of money to get that. Now remember, we have to use 10 trains for this entire piece of the map. This is gonna take forward planning, which, well, isn't always my specialty. Now you'll notice that Birkenhead, once it gets the 25 cows, I think we're actually gonna wanna reroute the cow delivery from here to Creusot, because they say that they take passengers, wheat, and cows. But we should be able to get one of our victory quests completed by giving the 25 cows. I just love games like this where I gotta build train networks and like experiment with trying to get good at logistics, all the while making copious amounts of gold. So let's see, this should be the last of the cows, and voila! Victory point. So one of the things that we can do is cancel its orders because, well, it's no longer needed to do that. So by getting the cows, we got an industry point. And an industry point will allow us to build out an industry in a place like this where you see the option to do just that. So buying development rights here is 70,000. Here's 70,000. And here's also 70,000. We're gonna buy access to the little area to our southeast. Now Rochefort here is gonna need access to iron ore. And then once it gets that, we can drop it off over here at the iron ingot smeltery. I'm gonna put the station on the north side of town, complete it like so. Now we have 3 trains, but they're all on this northern route system, not down here. We're gonna have to buy a new one, and we're gonna need a lot of copper for here, or excuse me, iron to deliver to Rochefort and then later to the smeltery, so we're gonna get a big one. Now we do have some really cool ones coming out soon, but I think this one should serve purposes fine. Load up and then unload. And the other thing that I want to get going right now is getting coal. I'm gonna do a circular route if possible. Let's see about this. Okay, so we're gonna set up a new station. We're gonna set one up right here and right there. Now that was a decent chunk of coin. All right, but you gotta remember that we are making money and a decent amount. So this is the first time we'll do a circular route, and we'll add a new train. This one's gonna be available at 1902. In September, we're in August 1902, so we might as well just let this play out and discover the Century and the Hush and the Montaigne trains. And dang, this Montaigne is much faster than the Octopus. Now, could we just produce an insane amount of money? Let's check it out. All right, so we load up the coal, and then let's unload it in town, because that should be a way to get a decent amount of money. Now we're at max speed, and look at how relatively slow this thing's working. How much gold do we get delivered? Oh man, that is a money printing route. And we should be able to add a specialist, increase the acceleration rate. We could increase the freight income by 20%. So let's do that. So now we should get what, 1.2, I believe. Yep, there it is, 1.2. Okay, that's fantastic. We could make loading and unloading take half the time. Might as well do it. We've got the specialists available. Efficiency is the operative word here. Words, because it's plural. Now they have a lot of accepted coal, so I'm thinking we could split this guy between going to Rochefort and the smeltery. If I set the orders up, which, well, is a big if at this point. Hey, I did! Look at that. I know exactly what I'm doing. And we still get a freight delivery fee, even though this plant technically isn't working yet. Oh, look at that. Okay, now we just need to unload the iron ore at a different location. So let's unload here. I'm not entirely sure what we want to do. Steelworks, pipe factory, or glassworks. We'll have to keep that in mind. Probably what we're going to need to do is set this thing up for glass, maybe. Or actually pipes. A pipe work is going to require a lot of stuff. Okay. How are we doing up here? Pretty good. Although these cows aren't being delivered to where they can be sold. So you are going to deliver cows. Load and unload. And we're getting our iron ingots loaded up so we can send them to Birkenhead to get another industry point. But look at this. We're at half. We're at half of a half. 250,000 gold right now. We're doing good. So let's set up another station. And actually one of the things that I like to do is, well, you know, reroute these things. That way I don't have any overlap and I got increased efficiency. At least that's what I'm hoping for. So a little bit of Tetris here. And I think this should go, oh, a beautiful straight line for only 12,500. I mean, that's a deal and a half. And we're gonna create a new train. This one can deliver a lot fast. Now remember, we wanna complete this submarine. We're gonna need to use iron ingots, which we've just set up. I did a dumb. We have a train that's stuck on the old network. Okay, now he can get back. And now we should be able to delete this connection piece right here, and he only goes into that station to keep the other two open for optimal deliveries. Half the fun of this is, well, let's empty all the cars and let's cancel your route. Now from here, we're gonna have to get you onto this other network, and can I even do that? Oh my gosh, look at how nasty this is. It's fine, it's fine. These are just ways to get money. They're not necessary to continue. So we're going to load iron and unload it here. And that should be adequate. And all we gotta do is get, well, 20 ingots, and we've got another industry point. We haven't used any of our industry points, so I'm thinking that this is operating fine. We'll need iron ingots a little bit later, but let's get copper ingots going. So let's buy up the development rights to the district of, well, let's call it Hart. So we're gonna need copper ore from here, and we're gonna need coal from here. Easy enough, but we only have 5 trains available because, well, in this sector, we've used, well, 2 sectors, we've used 5. Now the first station is gonna deliver coal to Hart, and then coal to the smeltery. So we'll have this branching off. Like, oh, I missed it. There it is. Little moments like that make me so happy when it's not all squiggly and wiggly like, well, some of these routes. Now, whatever train we put here is gonna have to be doing a lot of hauling. So the biggest one we have with the greatest speed seems to be the Montagne, which is 30,000. This guy is a lot faster though, and not much smaller. Let's use daylight. Load up the coal, unload the coal, and since you're gonna be doing freight delivery, let's make you faster on acceleration. Now, while this is all going on, we're gonna create another station here, and with over 200,000 in the bank, we're gonna buy another Montagne. I like these trains a lot. They're actually daylight. They're super fast, they're very expensive, but like some of our objectives are to do certain things before like 1911. That's gonna be tough. And we're gonna make you have train speed increase by, well, 15 miles per hour. So here we go. At first, there's only 1 car operating, and we get 1,000 gold for it. Someone isn't doing something. I wonder why it paused. Whoops. We're already 1/4 of the way there. Then we'll just dump all of this off here. Now, if I buy L'Île de Filet here, I could get another route just dropping off the sand real quick. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. This train's not gonna have to be big or that great, honestly. So I'll use one of my mid-tier ones. We'll use the Hush. And here we go. Now, only 2 more trains available. We're gonna have to start redirecting trains. This is gonna be a little bit tricky. And we rerouted our other train here. So now we're gonna start making copper ingots. So we've got iron ingots being produced and copper ingots being produced. This is just money at this point. It's only money. What a funny phrase, right? Well, when you don't have it, you need it. But I guess when you got a lot of it like we do, we can look to different endeavors. We're gonna need to move these iron ingots actually to be delivered down here to work on our submarine. Remember the volcano. We do have a bridge already, because otherwise, like, look at how expensive bridges can be. If I wanted to go from here to here, it's 73,000, which I guess is efficient. And we do have the money, and it's only money, right? Oh, cool, and you can make bridges over your own tracks. It's just very expensive. Another thing to consider is glass is gonna need sand, and we're just about to complete that. And I think the best way, since this is our only supply of sand, would be to make a glassworks right here, and then connect it, and then redirect our sand to unload it. And then I have an idea. Now, you can get bonuses by like doing things like this. Have no more than 2 specialists hired. Well, we got 5, so that's out of it. But I think what we'll do is in the future, we're gonna make a triangular route. We're not gonna need it yet, but we're forward planning and forward thinking. So we're gonna be producing glass. Now we're going all the way back to drop off sand. So like during this stretch of the route, we're not getting paid any money to load up glass and then unload it over here. Then after that, it should recycle by picking up sand. Let's see if this works. This is logistics 201, 101. All right, we picked up the glass, and we're gonna drop it off here. Now he should take this route. He is. Oh, that's fantastic. And voila, man. And glass delivery is a pretty decent chunk of coin there. Now he comes down here, gets the sand, and goes up and delivers it. I love this route. This is the best route that we have right now. Triangular routes. Now, to my knowledge, I don't think I can delete trains. I have to use the ones that I've already set up, which is fine. All right, I'm gonna set up a bridge here. Why? Because I love them. It is 56,000, but this is the price of progress. Now, here's where we're gonna drop another pretty penny. 73,000. We could have used this bridge, but that would have slowed us down a little bit. Necessary? Of course not. Awesome? Absolutely. We're gonna, you know what, and this train gets the scenic ride right next to the volcano. So now all we gotta do is find this train right here, which is this one. Delete that order to Birkenhead and add the order to drop off here at L'Île Fête. And now we just gotta figure out how to start making brass pipes. That is the final bit. A pipe factory right here. And then we can just use this bridge. So it needs copper ingots, of which we have a lot, and coal, which we have a lot. Now where the station's gonna be, I'm thinking on, well, the northeastern side. Ah, so this guy has no gold. Oh, and these trains are actually trying to load and unload at the same station. It's getting kind of busy, but I don't think we have to worry. But look at this. We're now starting to build the submarine because we have iron, we have glass, and now all we need is the brass pipes. And we still have 2 trains available. So we're almost done with the glass. Iron's about half, and brass fittings are pretty, or brass pipes are pretty good. But I think the one that's gonna be slowing us down in the long term is actually iron, because he's only able to send 3 at a time. Oh, look at it. Look at how cool this submarine is gonna be. So we no longer need glass. If there's any city that wants sand, we could deliver it for cash, but I don't think there is. So this guy's effectively retired. So for the sake of expediency, since we already missed the bonus objective of completing all of this before 1911, as it's 1912, I think this guy, oh, this guy's, he's on passengers. Ooh, adds a bonus cars to the train? Yeah, let's do that. So now he should have 4, which will slightly help. You know what? Yeah, I think that's fine. So it's gonna take him 2.5 deliveries. So I guess 3, because you gotta round up. But we are getting so close to finishing this submarine, and it's, well, it's about time. The volcano is cooking up. So this is gonna be the last of the iron, 4 iron, and we're down brass piping? Wow. It's got like shark fins. It almost looks like it's gonna be an underwater train. And are we there yet? We need 3 more. We've got 4 in the factory. This is gonna be the last train until we're done. Right here. This beautiful little green train, which looks like it's made to go fast. He hops over the bridge, over the river, makes his way down, past the volcano, and drops off the goods. The last 3 brass pipes, and the dry dock gets filled, the submarine is finished, and we can blow this popsicle stand. We are out of here, and just in time. And now that we beat the mission, well, we've got a number of upgrades that we can choose from. We can buy new trains or buy new specialists. Like, passenger fares are huge, especially in the early game, so buying the steward seems like a no-brainer. Now, there are a whole lot of other missions. I did the submarine, but you can build a zeppelin. There's dinosaurs, and, well, there's a monster to fight. So if you guys want to see more, pull the trigger on the like button and let me know. And if you want to find out more about Train Valley World, make sure to use the link in the video description and get it for yourself. And I want to say a big shout out and thank you to Train Valley World for sponsoring today's video. See you in the next one.